good day, and welcome to the very first episode of the WokabautTokabaut Show, proudly brought to you by NAS Fund Contributor Savings and Loans, or NCSL. That's right, NCSL belong you. I'm your host, Callaghan Tanda, and in this series of discussions and podcasts, we are aiming to inform you, our valued contributors and members of the products and services offered by NCSL. Now, of course, this being the inaugural or the first ever episode, I am pleased to have with me as my first guest for the program none other than the head of digital for NCSL, Mr. Gila Ebenossi. Gila, welcome to the program.
Hey, Callaghan, it's good to see you, firstly, and a warm welcome to all our members and all our viewers out there. I'm excited about what we will be discussing today, especially with a lot of things that NCSL is doing around the innovation piece, but most importantly, a conversation around the new My NCSL web and app.
Now, of course, apart from having the honor of being the first ever guest on the WokabautTokabaut Show, and that's something that you carry on for the rest of the year moving forward, My NCSL web and mobile app. Could you tell us a bit more about this?
Yeah, so just to give an insight, or just to give just to differentiate between what a web and an app is. So the web version is basically members who go on our website, they type NCSL and they go to the login page to log in.
Mm-hmm.
Now the app. Now excitingly enough, we now have an app that's available on App Store and Play Store. So what does that provide to our members? Members now can go and download the app online on either App Store or Play Store on their phone and use the My NCSL app on the go.
That's awesome. Now, regarding this means that it's available both for Android and iPhone users.
Yes, it's available for both users.
Now, regarding the My NCSL web and mobile app platforms itself, I have to ask this particular question. What are the new features that are available for our members and our contributors?
Excitingly enough, the web and app offer certain functions and probably like features where members can go and access. On a web, you can log in using your username and your password to access My NCSL. But on an app, you can log in still using your username and your password, but also you can use your MPIN, your biometrics, and your facial recognition. That's if your phone supports it. Those are some of the new sort of features that we've brought in to allow our members to securely access their funds on their accounts.
Now, in terms of those services as well, I do understand that it's all geared towards reducing branch visits, that is, and queues in our branches throughout the country.
Exactly. This is the whole reason why we've sort of brought in a new My NCSL app and web to basically move our members away from waiting in the queues to accessing their accounts on the go. Now you may ask, what can a member do if they log into the My NCSL web or app? Well, good thing is they can go and view the accounts. They can check the balances, they're available in the current balances. They can download the statements online. So if you have multiple accounts, such as your POR account, general savings, education, and whatnot, you can actually download each statement for each of those accounts separately. And apart from that, you can also do transfers. So you can transfer within your own accounts, transfer to other NCSL accounts, and also other local bank accounts as well.
What was the situation before that?
So prior to us having this new application, members could only transfer within their own accounts, but they couldn't transfer to other NCSL accounts. And apart from that, if you were to transfer from your NCSL account to other commercial bank account, it was only to your nominated account. So with the new innovation that we brought in, we've allowed our members a seamless experience where they can still continue to transfer within their own accounts, but also allow them the option to transfer within NCSL as well. So I'll give an example. If I have a POR account, which I do have, and you have a POR account, I can just transfer from my NCSL POR account to your NCSL POR account without the need of actually transferring to my commercial bank account. So those are some of the things that we've sort of brought in. But apart from that, the transfers to commercial bank accounts, you could only transfer to your own nominated account. Now you can transfer to other nominated bank accounts as well.
Now, very quickly, when you're talking about moving money between accounts and whatnot, security is a really big question here. Have there been any advancements in guiding these particular transactions as well, as far as security concerns go?
Yes, thank you, Kaligan. So one of the features that we put in terms of securing the members' transactions and funds transfer is we brought in a OTP function, a one time password. So basically, this is how it works. Within accounts, you're not really required to put a one-time password. But if I'm transferring to your account, I need to authenticate the transaction, right? So when I do a transaction, a one-time password is sent through my mobile phone as an SMS, but also through my nominated email address. So using that one-time password allows me to actually authenticate and approve the transfers, whether it's within NCSL or other local banks at the same time.
Obviously, to get to this stage, NCSL obviously had to adjust, I mean, put a lot of work into this. And I have to ask, how long has it taken to get to this stage with the new features and the new processes?
Oh, it's taken a lot of work, a lot of innovation, a lot of sleepless nights to really get the app to where it is right now. Um, from the get go, from last year when we did the transition, it took us roughly 2 to 3 months to prep up the device, prep up the app, sorry, and get it to where it is right now. So now it's fully functional. It's probably just give a bit of insight into the usage of MyNCSL. So at this point in time, we have roughly close to 30,000 active users at 98% actively using the app on a regular basis. So these are members logging in to just check their balance. These are members logging in to download the statements, to do transactions, and to update their contributions at the same time. So whilst we've sort of moved away from the old employer portal, which we used to call it previously back then, now the new MyNCSL offers a lot of functionalities and features that members can easily just do on the go.
Thank you. Now, for those currently watching or listening to this discussion, if they'd like to get more information as such, how can they do so regarding the MyNCSL web and mobile app?
So they can there's a lot of ways where you can get information right now. You can visit our social media pages. I think we've been posting about MyNCSL. Apart from that, our website also has a lot of information around the digital services. But if you like to walk into our branches, there's another options where you can visit any of our 20 branches and get information. But also you can email and call our call center at the same time as well.
Thank you very much. Now, this in terms of advancements as such, since we are talking about new advancements in the particular digital services and digital platforms that NCSL is offering our contributors and members. Now, let's jump across to upgrades as well. And I do understand there's recent upgrades being made to the MyNCSL portal. Could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so one of the things whilst we were developing the MyNCSL app and web, we tried to look at what a member would do in a branch where they could do on their phone. So what we've seen is a lot of our members walk into our branches to ask for a statement, to apply for a card, for example, or to make changes to their contributions. That'll be a thing of the past now. Currently, members can now log into MyNCSL and update the contribution details. It'll be automatically updated without the need to walk into a branch, without the need to complete an actual physical application form. Now, apart from that, members who are transferring funds, right, to our bank accounts to be updated. So we've recently introduced a payment function called ad hoc payments. So it's under the contributions tab, where members can just instantly go and generate a reference number, and that reference number is unique to that transaction. So say if I wanted to transfer funds to my BSP account, so what I'll do, I'll go to the ad hoc function, right? I'll generate the reference number, select the date that I'm trying to do the transaction, and I'll generate it with the amount. So if I wanted to transfer 100 kina, I'll use that 100 kina and generate the reference number. Then I log into my commercial bank account. I use the unique reference number and transfer it to my NCSL account. What happens is that during the end of the business working hours, the funds will be automatically credited to your Pro account. Now, if you were to compare this to the old process or the current process, members, what they do, they transfer to our account and they send the receipt. That goes through a manual process that our staff will need to log into the system, check our statements. There's funds in there. Callaghan sent 100 kina. Let's post it to his account. But before I post it, let me confirm with Callaghan. Do you want me to allocate it to this account, this account? So it takes a lot of our time and out of our manual process. With the automated process, it allows the funds to just be instantly credited to your account, and you yourself log into MyNCSL and just transfer your funds as and when needed.
That is pretty amazing stuff there, as far as generating the reference number, and at the same time confirming those payments of those transactions are moving across in itself. And I think it says a lot about security that NCSL is focused on as such. Now, regarding some of the upcoming tools or features that you might be working on, if you could just elaborate that further for our audience.
So what's coming? I don't want to spill a lot of beans right now. I want to, make sure that the members actually see the actual changes that are coming. So moving forward, we will be introducing the cards feature. So basically, when a member wants to apply for a card, do a replacement, change the PIN number, everything is done online. You don't need to go and complete a physical form. You just apply for a card, and you tell us, where do you want us to send this card? So say if I'm in Port Moresby, but somehow I'm back in my own province in Alotau, and I'm applying for a card, I can actually apply for the card and advise NCSL to send my card to Alotau. Within a week, the card is already there. I can just walk in, pick up my card, and set my PIN on my NCSL without needing an actual physical PIN number to be issued. So currently you can't change your own PINs. With the new feature that's going to be sort of introduced, hopefully in the coming months, members can go and actually change their own PINs. But also, apart from that, we will also be introducing new to NCSL membership. So members can now go and use the app to open the accounts. Now again, this is where innovation, this is where digital is heading towards. We want to sort of reduce not only members walking into our branches and opening accounts, but reduce the number of times a member has to complete 5 or 6 pages of an application form just to open an account and provide an ID. You can do that instantly. It's a self-service.
That is some amazing work that NCSL is undertaking. You look like you got your plate full with this upcoming enhancements and everything. So far for yourself and your team, how are you taking on the challenge?
Well, it's very challenging, to be honest. But nothing is as good as any customer feedback or any member feedback. So we appreciate, I think, most of the feedbacks that are coming from our members. Whether it be positive or negative, it helps us to really look at what can we do best for our members. So that has led to a lot of innovation that we are driving in NCSL at the moment.
Well, this wraps up our first ever episode of the WokabautTokabaut Show, again brought to you by NCSL, the National Contributor Savings and Loans Society. With that being said, we've had a discussion on the MyNCSL app and web portal as well, and some of the upcoming features that will be coming. So please stay tuned for those discussions coming up further on. But Gila, as our first ever inaugural guest for the WokabautTokabaut Show's inaugural episode, I'd like to thank you so much for your time. Mr. Gila Bonossi, the head of digital for NCSL. And again, please do tune in for our next episode, as we'll be taking a deep dive into the USSD services, along with products regarding our loans, as well as our savings accounts with NCSL. Now, please don't forget, if you have any questions or comments you'd like to make regarding this episode, or it could be a topic that you might want us to bring onto the WokabautTokabaut Show, please post your comments at the bottom of the screen today or any other time. Or if you are watching this video, please drop a thumbs up for the content that we're sharing today as well. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's NCSL Savings and Loans. Again, thumbs up and subscribe as such. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to also reach out to the call center at ncsl.com.pg or simply walk into your nearest branch near you. And with that being said, and up until next time, keep up the walkabout and talk about with NCSL. Belong you. I'm Gavin Tata. God bless.